Relationships are a mirror to our deepest vulnerabilities. They reflect not only the love and joy we share, but also the pain and confusion that often accompany emotional intimacy. When someone you care about hurts you, whether intentionally or not, the sting can feel unbearable. Your first instinct might be to lash out, to retreat into yourself, or to demand an explanation. But what if the most powerful response is not to react at all? What if instead you could turn the situation into an opportunity for growth, both for yourself and for the relationship? This is where Stoicism, an ancient philosophy rooted in self-mastery and emotional resilience, offers profound guidance. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can always control how we respond. When she hurts you, the Stoic approach is not to retaliate or crumble, but to respond in a way that defies expectations, a response that confuses her, not out of malice, but out of a deep commitment to your own peace and dignity. The Stoic mindset in relationships, a path to inner freedom. Stoicism, founded by Zeno of Citium, is often misunderstood as a philosophy of cold detachment. In reality, it is about cultivating inner strength and clarity in the face of life's challenges. At its core, Stoicism teaches that our suffering does not come from external events, but from our judgments about those events. When she hurts you, it is not the hurt itself that causes pain, but the meaning you attach to it. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself spiraling into anger or sadness because of something someone said or did? What if, instead of reacting, you paused and asked yourself, why does this bother me so much? Is it because I've tied my self-worth to their approval or behavior? These questions are at the heart of the Stoic approach. By shifting your focus from the external to the internal, you reclaim your power. Why confusing her works? The psychology of defying expectations. When someone hurts you, they often expect a specific reaction: anger, tears, or perhaps a plea for reconciliation. These reactions, while natural, give the other person a sense of control over your emotional state. But what happens when you respond in a way they don't anticipate? What happens when you remain calm, composed, and even indifferent? This is where the magic of confusion comes in. By refusing to play into the expected emotional script, you disrupt the dynamic. You show that your inner peace is not contingent on their actions. This can be disorienting for the other person, prompting them to reflect on their behavior. More importantly, it reinforces your own emotional independence. How to confuse her like a Stoic, a step-by-step guide. 1. Pause and reflect. When the hurt comes, resist the urge to react immediately. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what is within my control here? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values? This moment of reflection creates space between the stimulus and your response, allowing you to choose wisely. 2. Detach emotionally. Recognize that your emotions, while valid, are not permanent. They are like waves in the ocean. They rise and fall. By observing your feelings without clinging to them, you gain the clarity needed to respond with intention rather than impulse. 3. Respond. Don't react. If a response is necessary, keep it calm and measured. Avoid accusatory language or emotional outbursts. Instead, use simple, composed words that reflect your self-respect. For example, instead of saying, "You always do this to me," try, "I'm surprised by your actions, but I'll take some time to process this." 4. Maintain mystery. The less you reveal about your emotional state, the more intriguing you become. This doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means preserving your inner world as your own. When she sees that her actions don't rattle you, she may begin to question her own behavior. 5. Focus on your growth. Redirect the energy you might have spent on anger or sadness into self-improvement. Read, meditate, exercise, or pursue a passion. The best response to hurt is not revenge, but becoming the best version of yourself. The power of silence. A Stoic's greatest weapon. Sometimes, the most profound response is no response at all. Silence is not a sign of weakness, but a declaration of strength. When someone expects a reaction and receives none, it creates a vacuum, a space for reflection. Your silence can speak louder than any words, conveying that your peace is not negotiable. Conclusion: the art of emotional mastery. Confusing her through Stoic principles is not about manipulation or games. It's about reclaiming your emotional autonomy and refusing to let someone else's actions dictate your inner state. By mastering your emotions, you not only protect your peace, but also set a standard for how you deserve to be treated. In a world where relationships are often fraught with emotional turbulence, the ability to remain calm and composed is a rare and invaluable skill. Let your silence, self-respect, and unwavering tranquility be your guide. When she hurts you, confuse her not out of spite, but out of a deep commitment to your own growth and well-being. In doing so, you transform pain into power and confusion into clarity. For you create your own path. That's where working hard and focusing on yourself becomes not just a strategy for success, but a philosophy for life. Part 1. Embracing indifference. The freedom in realizing nobody cares why we overestimate how much people care. Humans are wired to crave acceptance and validation, a survival mechanism from our evolutionary past. But in modern life, this craving often becomes a mental prison. The illusion of judgment. We think people are constantly analyzing and critiquing us. In reality, they're too busy worrying about their own problems to give ours much thought. The transience of attention. Even when people notice your failures or setbacks, their attention quickly shifts elsewhere. The world moves on. So should you. What this means: stop living for the approval of others, because in the grand scheme of things, you are the protagonist of your story, not theirs. Part 2. The non-negotiable. Work hard. The myth of luck and talent. Success stories often emphasize natural talent or fortunate circumstances, but these are outliers. The common denominator for sustained success is always hard work. Hard work isn't sexy. It's waking up at 5 a.m. when you'd rather sleep. It's writing another page, making another call, taking another step when you feel like quitting. The invisible hours. What sets people apart isn't what they do in public. It's what they do when no one is watching. Why it matters. Hard work builds character. It instills discipline, sharpens skills, and most importantly, it creates results. Part 3. Focus on you. The art of self-investment. Why comparison is a thief. In a hyper-connected world, it's tempting to measure your life against curated social media feeds. But comparison is not only unfair, it's destructive. Your journey is unique. The only person you should compete with is who you were yesterday. Focus on inputs, not outcomes. Outcomes are often beyond your control, but effort, learning, and growth are within your hands. The mindset shift. When you redirect your energy toward building yourself, physically, mentally, and emotionally, you create a foundation that external circumstances cannot shake. Part 4. The Mental Toughness Framework. Developing emotional resilience. Life will test you. The sooner you accept that setbacks are inevitable, the sooner you'll build the resilience to rise stronger every time you fall. Fail fast. Learn faster. Failure isn't fatal. The people who succeed are the ones who fail the most because they never stop learning. Embrace discomfort. Growth lives on the other side of discomfort. Make a habit of doing things that scare you. Key takeaway: the ability to stand back up after failure is more valuable than never failing at all. Part 5. Daily systems for winning. Create systems, not just goals. Goals are important, but systems are what make goals achievable. Morning mastery. Start your day with intention. Exercise, journaling, meditation. Consistent micro wins. Each small productive action creates momentum.